Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crypto Atlas. In this episode, we are going over NodeGrid. This is a node-based project, and I am here with two members of their team to help answer a list of questions that I've prepared that I feel a lot of people in the community would definitely be interested in getting answers to. And so there's some valuable information here. Don't go anywhere. And this is a sponsored video, just FYI. And because it's sponsored, I've talked with their team, and I have some great news. We actually have an incredible giveaway going on, but I'm going to let them share the details on that in just a moment. Quick side disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I highly encourage you to go do your own research. In fact, I will be providing links in the description to their Twitter, to their website, to their Discord, and also to their white paper. So let's go ahead and introduce the two members of their team. I am here with Mondo and with Yellowback. Hi guys, how's it going?
Good,
Hi,
good.
how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. I'm glad to have you guys here. So Mondo, can we go ahead and start with you? Can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do at the company?
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm Mando, also known as Max. I'm the tech lead behind NodeGrid. So kind of I'm involved everything from, smart contract development to, putting out that front end that you saw, kind of the Web3 work, as well as kind of any other utilities that we bring out to the token. And that's agreed by the team. It's about me implementing that and make sure it's tested thoroughly and goes smoothly. Um, my background is that, I come from, development background. Come from a kind of computer um, background and software development. I was in traditional finance first, and then kind of moved into the DeFi space almost 2 years ago, kind of focusing on, smart contract development and blockchain development. I've always been really interested in the space, but it's only ever since, we experienced the kind of upsurge in the adoption that we've seen over the last 2 years that I kind of committed full time to it. And, kind of a few of us got together on NodeGrid and, decided we want to launch our own, um, node protocol. And we always had a passion for both kind of nodes and BSC. I was an early adopter in the BSC space. I remember kind of getting onto Pancake Swap, not this past December, the December before. So it's when it just launched and kind of being on the one of the first few farming protocols and helping develop a few of those. So that just gives a bit of background.
Yeah, it's very nice to meet you. And you, Yellowback?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Yellowback. I'm Docs. You can also call me Hunter. Um, I am the project lead of NodeGrid, so you can imagine all the things that go along with that, whether it be from managing like the Twitter to the Discord and organizing all of the moderators, the announcements, kind of responding to the community, making sure that their voice is heard, as well as like, brainstorming and implementing new features, upgrades, or what have you. So I'm the project lead here. Similar to Mando, have a bit of a background in traditional finance and accounting. I've organized a lot of the financial aspects of this project in terms of the treasury and tax revenue and what have you. And then I also too kind of became interested in crypto right around like 2017, I think, where we saw it on the news every single day. Bitcoin, $20,000, new all-time high. So I kind of it initially caught my attention at that point in time, and then it wasn't really until I would say like about 2019 where I kind of dove into the space head first and started accumulating myself quite a bit. And then I really became interested in DeFi. I think it was when we really first saw the first surge of activity within the DeFi ecosystem during DeFi summer of 2020. And then I've kind of followed the space closely. I think I've invested in over like 100 projects to date at this point in time. And I have worked with Mando very closely and some of the other team members for some time, and we've all traded together. And we thought it was a good opportunity to put together a solid project for the DeFi community, and that's kind of how we birthed NodeGrid.
Awesome. And
And then,
I know we have a giveaway
yeah,
going on. Would you
yes.
be able to share some details on what's going on with that?
So absolutely, we'll be giving away a basic node to 3 lucky winners of your selection. So I think that they participate through your Twitter, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So we will have a link down in the comments below. If you guys are watching this video, be sure to go check that out. You have an opportunity to win that again. It'll be 3 different people that will win 1 node each. So I got a list of questions here for you guys that I've prepared. And let's go ahead and roll into the first one. So the first question is, can you tell us a little bit about your project?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a NaaS, which is kind of a new term that's been birthed in, I think, the last 6 months about. It's kind of a new concept. Um, it's Node as a service. I think a lot of people are probably familiar with the SaaS term, software as a service. Um, so it's a NaaS, and essentially we are one of the kind of V2 node projects. We saw Thor and Strong do incredibly well within the space over the last year. So we've kind of piggybacked off of their success. We feel that we've implemented some upgrades and changes that make our project unique and more sustainable. So we're kind of looking to grab our market share of this space now that we are fully launched and we're a new project and we've got a great user base and community that we can build from.
And what are your long-term goals?
Well, I think anything in regards to nodes, I think sustainability obviously has to be a key question. And we felt that we've kind of tackled that issue for the most part. A lot of node projects are plagued by this, but we have some new utility that we've introduced to the project, whether that's been through the Node Marketplace, which is under development. We hope to host a platform. I guess me and Mando were talking about it earlier, and I think it's objectively the easiest way to understand it is something similar to OpenSea, where other people will be able to, for example, list nodes, sell nodes, buy nodes, because a lot of, I guess, essentially the node is a permanent vesting period. It's a perpetual vesting period. So of course, there's some people who will want to liquidate their positions, and we hope to offer essentially a P2P, peer-to-peer exchange. For these people who are wishing to liquidate their positions in node projects. We've also have NFT boosters, which I think is rather significant. And I think another thing that differentiates the project for sure is that we're completely transparent, we're community oriented, we've doxed, we're happy to be very involved with the community and basically bring you guys the best offering that essentially we can.
So you basically just touched on the next question here a little bit. But if you can give a little more further details, that'd be great. Because the question is your team doxed and or KYC'd?
Yes. So essentially, we do have some people in the periphery, for example, mods. Like, for example, if somebody is active within our Discord, like every day, all day, they understand how to answer the simple questions that maybe like a noob would come by and ask. We've privileged them with a moderator role. However, those core members, the 7 of us who really kind of brought this project to fruition, or anybody who has access to any funding, they're all doxed on our website as well as our white paper.
And do you have an audit?
We do. We have an audit with Solidity Finance. We'll also be getting another one with Certic relatively shortly, just so everybody can kind of feel comfortable in terms of the fact that funds are safe.
Yeah.
And then,
And And just
sure.
on that, yeah, this we've just finalized the Solidity Finance audit. We'll be publishing it in the next couple days. There were just a couple optimizations that we had to make, but we've got the kind of all clear from them. Kind of you can be the first to hear it in your kind of community that Solidity Finance are happy with our smart contracts, and they kind of gave us the all clear.
And you guys mentioned that you're a Nodes as a service based project. What is the plan to make NodeGrid sustainable long term?
Well, I think that one of the main issues with these node projects is that um, they don't have a healthy treasury balance, right? I think that, and as stated in the Git book, we kind of, as our team, have a keen eye for, because many of us are apes too. I mean, we don't just, observe the space and don't participate at all. Um, Me and Mando have been jumping into different projects and chatting, over the course of a year just about at this point. And we've kind of developed an understanding of what makes some of these projects successful and what makes some of them fail. And we really wanted to make sure that we had a sizable and abundant treasury so that we could always continue delivering new utility to the community or what have you. So I think one of the advantageous aspects about our project is that we've got a sizable treasury. All of that's public information. If you want in real time, the value of our treasury, you can check the Git book / white paper. And essentially we have plans as to what we're going to deliver to the community in terms of utility, and much of this work is already started, but quite a bit, involves hiring certain developers to build, key features within these apps, and in order to deliver, let's say, everything that we're working on, it's important that we hire a little extra help here and there where they can kind of fast track some of the things that we're doing. So I think the treasury is probably one of the best aspects that we have about this project. We can kind of shake and bake for a long time to come in terms of what we've accumulated thus far. And I think a lot of that has been through the fact that we had a little bit of a high sell tax on people who kind of wanted to exit the project early, especially on launch day. People who were, looking to buy in early on launch and then sell when the price was higher. So we've done exceptionally well in that aspect, and I think that we're also introducing ideas that no other node project has done. No other node project has, you know, considered offering like a marketplace.
Let's
I
actually
think
touch
that,
on that a little bit more because that is quite
sure.
literally my next question, which is what are you doing that is different from a typical node project?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have several ideas that are in the pipeline right now. We just kind of had to get up and launched and running um, as a project in order to bring these to fruition. So we've got quite a few things in the works right now. Like I'll hint at the fact that we're doing some development work and related to becoming cross-chain, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're more interested in that, you can speak to Mando about it because he's really heading that aspect of the project. But we have things like a P2E game that's coming eventually, and I think you can imagine it'll be pretty interesting to see like a node game essentially where people can buy upgrades and compete for upgrades and attach these upgrades to their nodes. I think if there was an easiest way to think about it, it would be similar to like Tamagotchi, for example.
Hmm.
That was popular like 10 years ago. So that's in development. I don't like to give exact references as to when things will become available because I try to give the absolute most conservative estimates in terms of time. I'm sure you know how crypto communities are, and
Oh yeah,
um,
no, trust me, I totally
absolutely,
know. And some
yeah.
people watching my
So
video know exactly what I'm talking about when I gave that reaction.
yeah, exactly. So I try to be absolutely as conservative as possible in terms of time estimates, and I made sure that that was 100%, clear and stated within the white paper. And then we have some other interesting aspects too, like the node marketplace, which I think will be fantastic for our project. If you can imagine other node projects listing their nodes, and their participants will be listing nodes on our platform, and then that's an easy way to buy, sell, and trade them essentially, and then we will also receive free publicity from those projects, through yeah, through that partnership. And then I think as well, cross chain will open up a lot of doors for us as well. And then there's a number of things that are kind of going on in the background that the team is still discussing the plausibility of, but um, we've got quite a few new features under development.
And do you have any liquidity locked? If so, for how long?
Mando, I think you can definitely best answer this question.
Yeah, so actually it's currently sitting in a multi-sig, but so it kind of moves to our next plan, and I actually see multi-sig as a safer. I've always seen as, and if you look at the big protocols, they generally keep their liquidity in multi-sigs. They don't kind of lock it with, um, locking services such as Unicrypt or Team Finance. And the reason behind that is, um, it's actually safer in a multi-sig, and it's also kind of gives you as a big protocol or project kind of more maneuverability. It's generally only kind of meme coins that will use, those locking services. And kind of one of the key reasons is we're actually building now with this marketplace. So we don't just want you to be able to um, uh, kind of buy and sell nodes, is also move your nodes cross chain. So just how you can move tokens cross chain, we're busy now kind of building a bridge between Avalanche and Phantom um, to kind of bridge your nodes over. And so obviously we'll need to supply liquidity to those chains, but also kind of bring in other projects that potentially want to do the same, move cross chain, but also not just move their tokens, but move nodes cross chain. So you can say move your node from BSC to Phantom or from Avalanche to BSC. So kind of we want to be those, the go-to project that can help with, not just the marketplace, but kind of bridging both nodes and tokens across.
Can you tell us more about how you're offering over-the-counter trading? I did notice that in your guys' white paper.
Sure, absolutely. I think offering OTC is kind of a no-brainer for some of the bigger like whales who will want to scoop up a large supply. Um, especially, I think it's quite common institutionally in like say for example an institution wants to acquire a lot of BTC, let's just say, they're going to look for some OTC pricing, just as a kind of like market precaution. So we felt that it was kind of a no-brainer to offer OTC for a lot of the whales that want to get in, and this can be done through the OTC channel on our Discord, or you could really just contact any moderator, and they'll get you rolling in terms of the process and how to begin OTC buys or sells.
Based on the rewards of nodes currently, is it likely that NodeGrid will need to taper? What is the company's view on that?
It's a possibility. Um, it's a possibility at this time, but one of the main pillars of our values within this project is that we want to be absolutely as community oriented as possible. For example, some users had complained. I think we saw like a total of 4 or 5 users complain that they didn't love the sell tax initially for a token, and we held a community vote, and we found out that the majority of people didn't want us to change the sell tax, but we felt that it was worthwhile to ask the community. So we're always willing to kind of update our protocol or what have you based on what the community is thinking and what their generalized opinion is. So if for some reason the community feels that that's something that we should pursue, we're absolutely not adverse to pursuing some kind of tapering option in terms of rewards.
That is it for the list of questions that I have prepared, but is there anything else that comes to either one of your minds that we didn't touch on that you would like to touch on?
Nothing major, particularly at this time. I think that a lot of people can recognize that we're a strong project at this moment. We should see kind of some interesting price action in terms of the utility in response to some of the utility that we're going to be delivering shortly here, and especially over the next couple of months. So we'd love to invite everybody that's around to join our Discord, follow us on Twitter, kind of stay updated with the project, or even message Mando or I directly. And if you have questions, reach out to us, because we're here to stay, and we think that we can certainly dominate this NaaS space with some of the things that we're going to be introducing in the near future.
And kind of one of the we didn't touch on one of the key reasons we chose BSC is, I know you always like to kind of share it, Hunter, is that we feel no node projects done, kind of everyone's done well on Avalanche, on Ethereum, even Phantom, but we feel like no node projects done BSC for the size of the ecosystem justice. So kind of that's why we originally chose BSC and targeted it, and felt like it was the second kind of EVM based blockchain, and it still is kind of gets the most daily transactions out there. So we feel like no node projects done BSC justice. So we found kind of one of our vision is kind of to do it the correct justice it needs.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Well, I want to thank both of you guys for hopping on this call and be able to answer these questions. And again, anyone that's watching this video, you have an opportunity to go back and listen. You could also see visually a lot of the stuff that I was displaying here on the screen. But all of this information, it will be in the description. That I will provide links to all of it, to their Twitter, to their website, to their white paper, and to their Discord. And I just want to thank you guys again. Everyone else, don't forget, there is a giveaway going on, and 3 people will have a chance to win. There is that link down in the comments below that redirects you over to Twitter. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe. Once again, as a reminder, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Go do your own research. If you can, click the thumbs up like button. It definitely helps us with the YouTube search algorithm. Click the bell icon. God bless, and I will see you in the next episode.